Howdy, howdy, folks. A-Train here with you for a 2022 look at SimAirport, one of our old favorites on the channel. We have played this once or twice. You might have been around for that back in the day. Haven't played it in about a year and a half, though. Kind of wanted to take a look and see if anything new and exciting was going on with the game, as I know that the small team, because it is a small team at LV Game Dev has I think started working on another project, so maybe they've still got some bug fixing going on. But I'm not sure if there's a whole lot of actual new stuff, but we're going to take a look and play us some SimAirport. So grab you a nice cold beverage, sit back, relax, and let's see what we can do here with an oldie but a goodie. So the menu here looks pretty similar. Yeah, 22 game 1. Yep, I jumped on last night to take a quick look. We're actually start over because I want to walk you through the process. In case you're new to the channel, I'm A-Train, at least I hope so. I'm wearing his underwear. Kareem Clemens, happy 2022 to you and your family as well. Welcome aboard. What I wanted to do is, in case you didn't know, and maybe you're new to the channel or haven't been around, I've done a lot of Tower 3D Pro this past year, Planet Base and stuff. I play these games where, at least with Tower 3D Pro, you know, you can do like an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and then just kind of, okay, we're done. These games like this, you know, they stretch out, they take time, and so it's difficult sometimes to live stream it and say, because it just goes on and on and on. It's like, oh boy, at what point do I say, okay, let's cut this episode and take a break and then come back so you guys get bite-sized pieces? Because if I do like an 8-hour straight video, you ain't watching 8 hours of video. So let's look at this doesn't look a whole lot different. We've got some mods installed on the game. We'll see those as we go along. Let's set up a new game here. We're going to do career mode, medium-sized map, because that's locked in. Start from scratch, no. 16 airlines, yep. Government grants, yes. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So here we go. Start a new game. First thing we're going to do is pre-position ourselves in the upper right corner, because I know that's where the clock is. And that way, when it fires up, we're going to hit the pause button. And there we are. So we're stopped at 0800 on day 1. And this is the career mode airport. So let's take a quick look at the HUD here. This all looks the same. We've got our bank balance. We can access our bank information by clicking on that. Whether you have loans, your credit report, you got to research it. Airport value information, perfect ops bonus, which means you got all your packs out and flights out on time. That's always good. Free money. Your passenger satisfaction, airline interest, fuel exchange, and the weather. Over here is the time controls. Pause, play, and speed up. This right here is the various floors you're on. You can go to sub-level 2. So basement 2, ground level 2, 3, and there you go. So you have 5 levels to play with: 2 underground, ground level, and 2 above ground. That's really plenty to work with. Then you got your various little hot environmental zone stuff here. We'll mess around with that later. Your controls at the bottom are still the same. You got your build, construction tabs. You can search for something like foundation. You just type it in there, and you got foundation, you got fountains, and planter with fountains. All right, so stuff like that. You can make the box bigger. You can, but by clicking and dragging. We'll keep it kind of reasonably sized here. Various objects in the game. You'll see some stuff that I've downloaded along the way. Let's see, what is something that I've downloaded along the way. I think it's more in the ops section. Some of the flight info stuff, that's not the mod. One-way pass, that's not the mods. Automated ID checks, that's a mod. Information TVs, that's a mod. A big security exit door, that's a mod. Baggage depot U, that's a mod. Stuff like that. Ticketing kiosk baggage. This is a super cool mod. When you start building a baggage system, so you can you eliminate the need for a staff member there, and someone can get their ticket and check their bag. So it works out pretty cool. You got your zones, utilities, queue line stuff, and your planning. Not a lot of changes in any of that. Zones, staff, we look at. This looks similar to last time. Hasn't been a whole lot of change. You start off with 3 staff, 3 security, 2 workmen, and a janitor. You can manage your admin people by hiring and firing whoever. You got to research these guys to unlock them, and then you unlock other stuff. But you have to build offices for them. Staff schedules overlay. You can add multiple time zones. Like typically, I'll do a daytime zone, which runs from, I don't know, 4 o'clock till noon. Excuse me. Then a swing shift that runs from noon to like 8 p.m. and then an overnight from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. And you can manage your staff levels, which saves you money because typically you don't have a lot of flights overnight. Send security home, send the staff home, whatever. You want to at least usually put in like two zones on this. 3 I think is better. The one different aspect here, and then it says manage staff, and you can hire additional people here. You got to click this, and then boom, 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 and you're all set. And then you can fire people by hitting the negative, and that would fire them. All right. So you have staff, your security people, retail workers, chefs, and janitors. Janitors now, they have janitor patrols, which that's new to me. I guess with the bigger airports can make it more efficient as you have specific janitors going to specific areas instead of walking the entire property to keep things up and moving and cleaned up. So that's a neat little ad we may goof around with at a later time. All right, what else? So we got the Finance Hub, which is all pretty much the same stuff, credit worthiness and all that, blah, blah, blah. Research has all kinds of fun stuff. The first thing we're going to go ahead and do right off the bat is research finance. Operations Control Panel allows you to set your pricing, and we will upgrade this stuff because we're going to make upgrades to the airport. Really, one of the first things you want to do is make sure you bump this up to $20, $25 per passenger and $500 per flight. And then as you add additional facilities and infrastructure to the airport, you can warrant raising that. Now, if you go too high, some of the smaller airlines will balk at it and say, blah, blah, blah. But then at that point also, you could be shifting your way up to some of the bigger airlines where the bigger money comes in. Between the size of the aircraft, amount of fuel they purchase, and the number of passenger throughput that you have. Runways is pretty straightforward. We go 927. It's good for max crosswind to 12 knots. That's the small runway. Fuel services, we don't have to deal with that yet. Maintenance has your various repair thresholds and stuff. You can't adjust this until you get I think a construction foreman. You get research maintenance and then get a construction foreman or something like that. And then your weather forecasting. Okay, that's interesting. Flight management, all looks the same. Nothing exciting there. Of course, they added early AM flights about 2 years ago. So that works. Your flight status doesn't matter yet because we don't have any flights. And your government grants turns this little panel off and off. And then in the upper left is your menu button. So simple. Cool. All right. Everything looks pretty similar. Nothing real exciting so far. Let's try to get some free money here. So you've got passenger experience, investments, maximizing profits, airline services, airport efficiency. Passenger experience is really the easiest thing. Hire at least 2 janitors. We've got 1 on staff, so all we got to do is hire a second one. Place 10 litter bins. Get the PAX environment satisfaction to at least 60. That's this right here. All right. Basically, when you open the airport and you put in 10 litter bins and hire a second janitor, you're good to go. Pandar, hey, what's happening? How are you? Welcome aboard. When I was jerking around with this last night, so the key thing here is I don't really want to take out a loan. You do have to take out a loan to satisfy one of the requirements in, I don't know, investments or somewhere. Research, accept a new loan to finance construction. We'll deal with that in a bit. So we're going to take this. That gave us $5,000, and that's cool. So we're going to walk you through this. Now, if you're new to SimAirport, awesome. Check it out. Good times. The thing is, when you're playing the career mode, there's a logical way to do this stuff, and that is not the logical way to do it. The logical way to do this stuff is and pardon me for just a moment. We have winter weather heading into Dallas-Fort Worth over the next 24 hours, and so getting text messages, people, friends, kids or schools are shutting down and all that stuff. So you noticed garbage was up here at the top. You don't want garbage at the top, you want garbage at the bottom. Okay, you want the garbage trucks to get out of the way, because then if they stop, they back traffic up. Well, if they're up here, then you have passenger vehicles behind them. They cannot get to the drop-offs area. So like you want to put the drop-offs area like up here, like 3 by 10. That's big enough. And you want to put the pickups area like here. Again, like 3 by 10. I don't want that. Let's go. I like doing it even with the building. 8, 9, 10. Boom. There. Okay. So then the garbage truck, which only comes at midnight really anyway, but it gets it out of the way. Now you got to have your deliveries. That's got to be alongside the road here. So we're going to set up a special delivery zone here. 8 by 99, 64 squares. Yeah, sure. That's good. We'll do that there. And then we got to have a storage zone, and we'll do that just the other side here. And we'll do 8 by 8, 64. All right, cool. So now we've reset those zones. All right. Now the airport, now this setup has interesting. So the one I did yesterday, when I started goofing around, had like a concrete flooring. That's all you get. -0. Oh, wow, dude, that's cold. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, we're not going to have like Snowmageddon like we did last year, like last February, where we had like 5 days below freezing, and we're only going to get into the high teens. The wind chills are going to be cold. I tell you, it's cold out there now. It started out about 55 or so this morning, 52, 55. And it's dropped 10 degrees. Cold front's coming through. Winds are coming around the north. And so you should be surprised when I actually play in Tower 3D Pro and saying, yeah, winds are coming around the north, and we're running DFW Airport to the north, because that's the way I prefer to run the airport. But anyway, all right. So typical of the career terminal setup, it's discombobulated. Pretty useless. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to walk you through this process here and show you how to improve this just right off the bat. Okay? The restrooms are a problem. Why would you have restrooms right in front of the gate? All right? That's stupid. If anything, you want them on this side. Okay? But they're totally in the way. And then this is the non-secure restrooms for females and males, because they're doors outside security. And then these are the secure restrooms, which are smaller. More of your people are actually going to need to use the bathroom when they're in the secure area as opposed to out of the secure area. So learn that lesson. Now, baggage claim is huge for no reason. It really, to start with, you're going to have like the golf carts delivering stuff, make it that big. Ticketing, make it that big for now. All it's got to do is be big enough for the ticket desks. And we're going to move all that stuff anyway. So we're going to change a ton of stuff up, and we're going to change it pretty quick. So let's go in here, and there's some objects. We're going to do some ops, and ops is going to be a lot of your stuff you need to do stuff. All right. Outdoor gates. This is a cool thing. Let's rotate with the R button so you flip stuff, because after years of development, we still only have 2 ways things go: left, right, or up, down. So what we're going to do is put a storage or a gate here, and we're going to put a gate up here, and that just makes it so that, because I don't like the construction workers going through the building necessarily to get to stuff, although sometimes that's the shortest distance, but that works that way. So, and then another thing we can do is go back into ops and hit the staff door, and we can put a staff door over here. Let's actually put it here. All right. So now we're going to use the planning tool so I can show you what all is going on. And here's what you can do to make this little airport much more efficient immediately. Okay. We're going to go to planning. Now, something you need to know about planning. This is the small gate. Okay. The small gate for the game, let's go tools and foundation, actually occupies the same amount of space, 20 by 20 squares, as the medium gate. If you go to the taxiway tool, this aligns with everything. See how it lines up? and it doesn't align anywhere else. All right, so this is your tell-all, okay? Now, so if we go to the gate, this to here, those 4 squares, which is 20 by 20, all right, this is a 10 by 10 tile. That's the actual space that that gate takes up, all right? So, because if I go to construction, hit tools and hit foundation, you'll see, see it's red, can't build there, all right? But it turns green right here. Now watch this though, it turns red right there. Why is that? Because you can't build within 10 tiles of taxiway, all right? They did that, I don't know, 4 years ago or so they put that in, because people were building stuff right up to, planes were just driving through and it's unrealistic. Not that you can't have planes clip through other planes, but now at least you can't have planes clipping through buildings unless you put certain buildings next to the taxiway, and then planes just clip through them, and who cares? Now, so how to plan this out? So we say where's our no-go zone? Well, we know this is the corner of it right there. So we can build in this space, and we can build over in this space. But once we hit here, we can't build. Okay? We can build here. All right, so there's kind of the barrier. It's good to kind of set that up, and then you know your limits. All right, can't build in that outside this area. We can't build. We can build in here though. So where are we going to build in that area? Well, that's a good question. The smart thing to do is move all this crap up here. Now, foundation is expensive stuff, granted, but this is going to really make your airport run more efficiently from the get-go if you just do this simple thing. So we're going to use planned wall. We're going to build planned wall up here. Okay. Now we don't have to do all this at once, but, and this is a big but. I mean, you may like big butts, and you cannot lie. Hey, Alex. Hello, Treehouse. Do I have a Discord server? I do. There should be a link in the bottom. And new in the 2022 update, we kind of just went through everything, and aside from this button down here, I haven't really seen a whole lot. So that's kind of where we're at. So we're going to get into playing the game, and then we'll maybe stumble across some change. If you go on the Discord for SimAirport, you can read up on some of that stuff. Also on their Steam page, you'll see some of the mods, but I haven't seen a whole lot, honestly. And I don't want to be dismissive, but again, I think what's happened is the LV game dev team, which is a small team, built this game. They got it operational. They got a lot of bugs fixed out, and then they started adding some things in, which is cool and neat in a neat and cool sort of way. Then they turned it over to modders to do some things, which is cool and neat in a neat and cool sort of way. And then they said, "Ooh, shiny object. Let's do a different game." So I think the focus has moved off of this to something else. And so then you have competing games like, I don't know, Airport CEO, and what's the other one that I have? I can't remember. What is it? I know what it is because I've had it. Where's, what's the name of it? I've got the third one. No, I don't want that. That. Where are you? Where are you? It is Skyhaven. Yeah, that. So, yeah, I kind of want to get into all three of them along the way here before too long. Okay, so back to our bathrooms. All right, so we know this is the wall, okay? So we got to have a walkway, so we can do this. Now, for a bathroom, I typically like to have 4 tiles of space inside it, all right? So how we do this and how you choose to do this is entirely up to you. But I would go ahead and just build in this entire area with foundation. In fact, really almost this entire area, because it allows you to move this, this, and this all out of this space and get it out of the way. And this is kind of unusable space when it comes down to it. So let's plan a wall like this, right? We know we can build a wall here. And then say we're going to throw a door here, right? So one of our restrooms is going to be in this space, okay? And what we'll do is say the sinks are going to be along this wall. So sinks will do yellow. So we'll do every other tile is yellow. And then we're going to do a orange one. That's going to be the, I always like putting a garbage can next to the door, okay? Now on this side, we're going to say we're going to do toilet, toilet, and then I'm representing every other one just so you can see, because it looks silly if it was a full box, right? Toilet's there. So now we can plan a wall across here, and that's a restroom. Make sense? So then, hey, look here. We've got this wall here, and we can do the same thing on this side. You can do toilets, boom, 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 boom. Let's say this is going to be the men's room, and this is going to be urinal, urinal. Okay? We'll put the door there. We'll put in our orange waste can, and then we'll put in some sinks along this wall. There's your bathrooms. That moves this bathroom here and this bathroom here over to here, out of the way. All right? Very simple fix to the problem. Then you've got this here and you got this here, the non-secure bathrooms. So all you got to do there, and this layout here really is kind of illogical. Plus the walls don't line up, and I don't like them when the walls don't line up, because I don't know if that's OCD on my part or if it's just, that's kind of silly. But in reality, you know what? That's where future ticketing space could be. I don't know, maybe if we want to move the bathrooms down here. But then you got to build additional foundation. And what I'm trying to do right now is minimize our cost to realize the most return on our investment. Does that make sense, everyone? Because you only start with $450,000. Foundation ain't cheap. It's like $700 per square. Hit tools, that's $500 per square. So this right here, that's going to be a $55,000 project. Now, mind you, the walls, be what it is. But we're moving doors, we're moving toilets, we're moving sinks. The only new stuff we're going to do is put in garbage cans and urinals in the men's room. All right? We're going to basically take 1 to 2 toilets out of the non-secure restrooms and put them into the secure restroom, because the demand is higher in the secure area than it is in the non-secure area. Keep that in mind. Your bathrooms in non-secure can be half the size. All right? Because people usually don't come to the airport needing to use the restroom, but if they do, they'll duck in there. The chances are smaller. All right. So there's that first part of the bathroom rebuild. Second part, see if we keep ticketing here. I'm just thinking this through for 2 seconds. You could, like I said, you could build some down here, and they don't have to be this big, but again, 4 tiles internal, which means 5 tiles added. A foundation is what you would typically do. So let's just, for giggles here, say we're going to keep the bathroom this size, all right? And we'll do, actually what we'll do is we'll move the wall to here, all right? So then this wall nice and neatly lines up, all right? So then we'll do how many tiles is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's way deeper than it needs to be. Okay, so let's shorten it this way. Of course, we could always make the secure bathroom bigger this way. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's do that. All right. So now we're going to actually take out this wall here and here, and we're going to move it to here. Okay, so we've just made our secure area bathrooms bigger, which again, supply and demand, that it needs to be bigger. All right, so with this one, oops, we're not going to do that. We're going to put a door, let's say, oh, I like putting the doors next to each other in this case. So we do wall, wall, sink, sink, garbage can, door. Okay, sink, sink, garbage can, door, wall. And then the layout internal to the bathroom becomes toilet, toilet, 4 toilets, 2 sinks, and a garbage can. So it's pretty straightforward. All right. Now we do here 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. We can go there. All we gotta do is build this additional bit of foundation. Bring it down here. We plop a door in here. Again, we're moving this door to here. We're moving this door to here. 0 extra cost. Okay. And you don't have to have every one of the toilet stalls installed to begin with. Okay. So for the men's room, we'll just say we do a toilet, we do a couple of urinals, we do a sink and garbage can. Cool. Everybody tracking? So there's our bathroom rebuild. What's our total cost so far going to be? Let's go to tools, hit foundation. We're adding $66,000 in foundation. Total, let's say $70,000 with the addition of urinals, because I don't know, they're not cheap. Comfort, $200. Yeah. So we'll add a few urinals. So yeah, let's say this is a $70,000 add, and what have we achieved? We've opened up all this space in the terminal area. This area over here for passenger waiting. This area over here for security expansion. Hey, we're going to make security bigger right away. Yes, because it makes it more efficient. All right. So now that we've got that laid out, let's do this. We're going to come down here. We're going to hire 3 more worker dudes. Okay. So they'll get in here, and we're going to go ahead and order this up. All right. So to do this, foundation, like that. Okay. And then we can go ahead and have the wall ordered in here. Otherwise, we're going to dismantle everything in here. Nope, we're not going to dismantle that wall. We're just going to drop it. So it'll save us cost. Everything through here gets dismantled. We're actually going to dismantle this. And we're going to take out security. Security! All right. And while we're at it, you know what? Let's go ahead and dismantle these guys. Get them out of the way. All right, cool. Everybody ready? Here we go. Punch it. So now we're going to operate and do this as quickly as possible. We'll get some deliveries in here. The guys are working now to start taking stuff apart. They'll put it in the storage area. And then we're going to de-zone stuff here for a minute, because I don't want to deal with looking at stupid. Okay. All right, so that takes care of that. Now they've gotten their concrete delivery. And we've committed not quite $100,000. Now, one nice thing I see, if you look down here at your research, there's a little progress bar underneath it. So that's interesting. Okay, cool. So now this stuff's getting handled and moved and whatever. We could put some storage racks out there, shelves, but we don't need to. Most of this stuff's coming right back into the building when we're done. Now, the nice thing about this is, I was telling you, because I dinked around with this last night a little bit, the flooring was kind of bland gray. It wasn't concrete. This is bare concrete. It looks pitted and cratered. This airport has wood tile. So I think I can identify that easier, because I don't know how you identify the freaking tile. Oh, how do I want to match that tile? Well, I'm going to go through and play a guessing game to figure it out. Now, you could hire more workers, but, I mean, honestly, you know, what's the rush? Workers are expensive. Labor is the most expensive cost in business if you're not familiar with business. So that's your workers. So you don't want to really hire any more than you need to. We'll get flight ops up and going hopefully by day 2. But first off, we're going to handle this. Then we're going to handle security. And then we're going to roll tide from there. So we'll watch these guys do their thing. I'll take a little drink of water here. It looks like we about got the new foundation built. Cool, because we wanted to go back inside and do that before we finished the other stuff we were doing. Right, that makes sense. Total and complete sense. Now, we can go back in here and use our tools, and we're going to dismantle this to here, this here, this to here, and we're going to start building out our new walls. To here, 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 and here. Then we're going to go to our objects, and we're going to go to ops and doors. We're going to rotate them so they're facing the correct direction. 1, 2, 3, Now, look here. If you mouse over it, you'll see how many you have in stock. But they've got to get out to storage for them to be in stock. All right, so there's that part. Okay, now we can pause it and we can plan all this stuff up. All right, so let's go back in here to objects, and these are comfort. So if we look here, you'll see we've got 14 toilet stalls in stock. All right, so what we'll do is put in 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Four here. We'll put in a couple here. Put in a couple here. How many do we have? We have 2 more in stock. All right, cool. We'll put 1 more here. And this is the ladies' room. And we'll put that one there. All right, so that takes all of them out of stock. So we spent no money on that. Sinks, we've got 16 of them. All right. We're going to start over here by what's going to be the garbage can. That's what's going to cost us a little bit of money. So we'll put in, let's see, 1, 2, oops, okay, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. That's 8. I can count. Rotate that. There's 2 there. There's 2 there. That should give us a couple extra. 4 left. Okay, cool. Put 2 there. Put 2 there. Okay, so that takes care of our sinks and inventory. Urinals we'll buy, and we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2. Cool. All right, and finally, now we don't have to do this yet, but I think we'll go ahead and do it anyway, is let's look at flooring. And this looks like new floor. Some of these are cool. We want to find the floor that matches the one we've got going here, which looks like wood 05. That looks right. It's a little bit of a waste of money. It's $4,600 though. Not worried about it. I don't know. You know what? Oh, you know what? We gotta go back. Hang on. Objects, comfort, garbage bins. All right, garbage bins. Here's a issue that's never been fixed for 5+ years. All right. How do you know which way the garbage bin's facing? It usually starts in the left orientation. You hit R. That's top. That's right. That's bottom. Wait, top looks the same as bottom. Yes, it does. And it has for 5 years. It has ever since the game came out. Okay, so there's that. It tucks into the wall. That's there. There. Now that also takes us towards our total of 10 that we need for our government grant thing that we signed up for. 10 litter bins. There's 4 of them. So it'll be easy to find a place for the others. All right. So now we've got these restrooms built. Let's go ahead and throw some flooring in there. And I kind of like this tile looking stuff here because it looks like bathroom tile. So we're spending a little bit of money on that. Maybe not necessary, but. And then we'll kick it down here to this wood. And it looks like it's this one. I hope it's this one. I hope it's not this one. We're going to find out here real quick. Now, the other thing we can do is go ahead and zone these. So female restroom, we know we got this, and we got this, and then we got male restrooms, going to be here and here, and punch it. All right, so while we're dealing with that, now security, we can make a much bigger zone. And there's a couple of ways we can handle this. Because initially, let's do that, and then let's actually take out this part. Okay, so security's giving us a master idiot alert. Okay, that's fine. Oh, you know what? One more thing we got to do is we've got to dismantle that, and then we're good to go. And we'll see what the floor tile situation comes in as. Now, one more thing, or a couple of things to consider here. If you want to upgrade your security situation, because we only have one security checkpoint, and initially, if you're just running Dash 8s or the Beech 1900s, which only hold like 19 passengers, one security station is fine. That will get you through the day. Okay. For me, I like to have more for better throughput. So look, we got one metal detector in stock. We're going to size this up, put it that way. And I think we're going to put it right about here. Okay. We got a bag scanner, one in stock. Let's make sure it's oriented correctly. There, it's facing to the right. You can see the little arrow on the top. Boom. There it goes. And we have an ID check stand. So we can put that sucker right here. Boom. Now, let's do another one. All right, so that's facing left. Do to the right. Tuck it up against here. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. And finally, done. Now, so this creates, with doing this, we've created a circumstance which, if you have packs when they arrive with the original layout or even this layout, because that's kind of how it is, the departing passengers just walk out through the space. And to me, it's better if you have a segregated area for people that just arrived. So what I would do at this point, walls are cheap, is just put a wall across here like this. And you could even go further. You know, it's a couple $1,000, who cares? You know, something like that. All right. And what that does then is it controls the traffic flow better. So now we're going to take out this zone for security right here because it's kind of goofy. All right. And we'll actually technically take it out there. The wall takes it out. But then we got to go into objects and we'll go to ops and we're going to put in a security exit. All right. Now look at this carefully. See how it says red on it? How you're looking at a do not enter? That is if you're putting it in for people going downward on your screen. Now people going left, people going up, people going right. We want people going from right to left. So we have the green dots to the right and the red to the left. All right. So that means traffic can pass through it this way, but not this way. All right. And that is going to fix our security situation where we have doubled our security capacity. We've established a security exit. Historically, I would have probably not built so much up here. I usually add just like a corridor right here. So like if you take your planning tool, I'll show you. It's basically you add 2 tiles of foundation and do something like this. And then you put the security exit like here. And then your traffic comes through here and down and out here into baggage claim. But because of the way we arranged all this, it wasn't necessary. We've got the space. When we want to grow security, logically, we need to add 3 tiles of height for another metal detector, which is 2 tiles, and a bag scanner, which is 1, right? So 1, 2, 3. So we would need to move this wall down 1, and then we'd need to establish that corridor to bypass. All right. And that allows you to step by step and stage by stage, based on your passenger throughput, increase your security throughput, which is critical. All right. So now we've got that situated. What we're going to do is start getting ready for flight ops. So ops, gate agent desk, we have one of those in stock. It was here originally. That's in front of the door. That's stupid. Move it over 1. Okay. So now it's out of the way. All right. Now we got a couple things we can do here. We put in some queue lines. We're going to do expand queue. The initial one we're going to do is do like 3. That's going to be like for first class passengers. All right. And then here we're going to do all right, so there's like 14. And there's different ways to do these, but whatever. Okay. So we'll let that get built, and then that will take care of our gate issue right there. Security will be taken care of. Restrooms are taken care of. Ticketing, there's a couple different ways we can handle this. The way I want to handle it is ticketing is here. Let's leave a couple of tiles here. We'll go into objects again. We'll go back to ops, and we need ticket desks, which are right here. We have 2 of these in stock, right? Yep, 2. All right. So we'll put one here and one here, and then we're going to actually put in a flight info display in between. Now, we're going to line up some queue lines here, expand the queue. Let's see, how do I typically set this up? I like it to dump out directly here, so let's do like, you don't need much here initially. And see how it's fritzing out? That's really crazy. It's like watching an 80s Wang Chung video. All right, so there's one. And if you screw up, you just back up. You hold down your left mouse button. Two, and then we're going to do one. Oops, nope, see, I screwed up, so I'm going to backtrack and then do that. All right, now, we got to get that built first, and then we'll deal with it. So now, more ticketing issues we'll do is ticketing kiosks, and we'll just put those along the wall over here. Put like 4 of them, and maybe put one of these flight info display boards there too. All right, so there's ticketing. I don't think ticketing kiosks, I'm pretty sure they do not have to be in a ticketing zone. All right, now we can make all this ticketing zone just for giggles, but I don't think it's required. I think only the desks have to be in the ticketing zone. You can put the kiosks like outside and stuff. All right, that works out pretty good. So one other thing I see we need to set up with the queue lines is going to be security. Security. All right, so we'll process this through this way. We'll do zoom, 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 and it finally settled down. And then we'll do the same thing over here. We'll just run this out this way. Boom. Okay. Now you see the little colored flags. There's purple, blue, and yellow. That's for different classes of passengers. You have your coach passengers, first class passengers, and then you have flight crew. Flight crew don't have to deal with ticketing. They don't have to deal with stuff at the gate agent desk. They do have to do security. They do have to check in. So it's helpful if you establish a line for them. And we're not going to need to do that right now. All right, we're not going to have enough passengers really coming through to be an issue. We can leave the doors where the doors are, and that'll be fine. All right. So other than that, I think we're in pretty good shape. So let's get cracking and see if we can get this stuff set up. So now the one thing we're watching is the clock. If you wait, if you got to stop before midnight to set up your flight schedule for the next day. All right. So we're going to stand by. We're going to hope these guys get building, because they can build through the course of the night. And if I hired more people, then they'd build faster. It's not a big deal. We're actually going to hold up right about there. That's good. All right. So we want to try to get some flights in here. And you know what? We're actually going to not do that. We're going to blow through this first day, because we need to do a couple of upgrades to the runway along the way as well. All right, our research is complete, which is cool. All right, now they're doing the flooring, and it's a different flooring. That's what I was afraid of. Damn it, Beavis! It looks darker one way, and it looks lighter another way. So now I got to spend money on that. Crap! It's this. This is this wood. Yeah, I know. Not the biggest fan of this wood anyway. This just helps your packs move faster. When you have flooring down. All right. And then as soon as this stuff gets built, in fact, we only need to wait. We'll go ahead and start clearing out our planning. So there's our restroom upgrade. Security, all that cleared out. Beauty. Looking awesome. And we really have done, basically, we added $70,000 of foundation, a little bit of new equipment, some flooring, and we've repurposed everything else. So you don't spend much money to start with to get your airport up and operational. See, it's already 6 a.m. on the next day here. They're going to do the security assembly here. Here comes our security personnel. Now, We don't need our security personnel here yet, nor do we need our actual people here yet. But they're here. So we'll deal with that momentarily. Let's go ahead and take this planning off over here. So that's not annoying. This door still hasn't been built. But now you can see how we've got this isolated security section going in, coming out. It's all good to go. And now, see how much space we've opened up here within the terminal area? That's a lot of space. All right. So, very good. All our construction projects are complete. Let's hit the pause button. All right. So, something we need to do, a couple things we need to do. We're going to do some assignments now because you've got a master idiot alert on gate A1 and on the gate agent desk. You got to click on the gate agent desk. It says assign to. Boom. Fix the master idiot alert on both of them. Now, before you close that out, though, you got these queue lines. Assign to, we're going to do the queue line assignments. This one is going to be first class only. So we unclick coach and flight crew. Flight crew you don't have to mess with because they don't check in. They only check through security. That's going to be our first class. And then over here, we're going to turn off first class and flight crew and do assign for coach passengers. Okay? Now, we need to close that. Actually, we can move on to the next thing. We need to do the same thing here with the ID check stand. Now, if you get too close, you see how it says security? Naima Grabau. Okay? But it says tab to cycle. Tab takes us to the ID check stand. All right? And this is the same deal. So we can do assign to, and then over here, we're going to turn off coach and first class. Assign to that. Down here, it's going to be all three. And in this one, we're going to assign to both as well. All right? So now that'll help speed passenger throughput through security because that's critical. All right, those are assigned. Now let's go up here to our ticket counters. Okay, over here is going to be coach. This is going to be coach. This is going to be first class. We're not going to assign them to first class. We're going to assign you, you. Actually, yeah, there. Cool. All right, good to go. Everything's assigned there. All right. The only other thing we really need to do, this bag claim area is a little bit annoying because of the amount of space it takes up. And we can just gonna make it like that. Actually, no, I don't like that. Let's do this. Take that out of there, and then we're gonna get a master idiot alert here in a second. And we'll put it there instead. All right, cool. Now, what do we have here? Staff. You're missing some staff to complete jobs you have. Schedule security ×3, okay? So, we're not going to hire them yet because they cost money. All right, staff costs money. What we are going to do is go upgrade our runway because this is pretty much good to go. All we have left is a little bit of foo-foo stuff. And why has this door not been built yet? Noisy. Somebody go build that door. Who's this? The janitor? Oh no, it's really, that was dumb. Why didn't you just go through security to get there? Case. In your face, Case. All right, so 10 a.m. A couple things we want to do. Now, your runway will tell you what airplanes it allows. The 90 tile length runway is the base runway. It will handle the little twin prop jobs, your Beach 1900 and your the 50, the whatever it is, ATR. Stupid thing. All right, so if we want bigger planes than a 737 or an A320, which are the good starter planes, you don't have to upgrade the runway. I mean, I could, and I kind of want to because I like longer runways because these are ridiculously short. But what I'm going to do is Asphalt Runway, click, drag. All right, now see how it says is suitable for? All right, so right now, too short for all aircraft. All right, now 100 tiles. Now the existing runway is 90 tiles. Now we're going to 100, which is not going to add really anything new. Airbus 320, ATR 72. 737, 73W, 764? Well, they've had a bunch of planes, and people didn't do. Ain't no way you're getting this. 76400, maybe the freighter version. If it comes in light, I guess it could stop that quick, but whatever. All right, so we're going to go here, and this is saying now you've got all these goofy planes in the game that are, I mean, it's a little bit redonkulous, like the A318 and all this stuff. We're going to extend the runway. It's $50,000, and then we're going to add taxiway. Actually, no. Watch this. We're going to save money. We're going to dismantle that and recycle it. Okay, so please stand by. We'll get in all the stuff. Now, this guy, he's taking this apart. Now he's taking it apart. So now let's hit stop. Boom. Because we should have some asphalt in stock. But I may have done it too quick. I don't know. All right, so now they're going to do, and the runway upgrades seem to take a lot longer than they used to, which is fair. It's a big project, and it would be really cool if there were like bulldozers and steamrollers and animation like that, but, you know, it is what it is. While that's cooking, let's go back to the terminal here. So now we've got where our passengers are going to check in and everything. All right, cool. Now, there's a couple things we can do here. And objects, comfort. Comfort's a big deal. One thing we can do is use our stuff over here, which is our overlays. Environmental overlay. All right, see how this, it's red? Okay. See how garbage cans are pink? That's bad. All right. Toilets are kind of pinkish and all that. All right. You can do a couple things, and that is add in plants, and you can add in light. So what we'll do to help brighten things up is we're going to actually put in windows. And I don't do windows adjacent to doors because I figure that's like a foundation, you know, structural stuff. We'll do window all along here, and we'll do some window along here. I'm not going to spend a bunch of money on it. $1,200, that's fair. Okay, cool. So we're going to do some windows there. All right. And then we can turn the environmental overlay off. Secure areas, you can see what secure area is. Everything in green, that's secure. So you can check your stuff. If you have a problem, you can see it. Sector displays, okay, tells you what it is. Indoor secured, indoors not secure, whatever. PAX AI decision, we don't have any PAX. PAX flow, oh, let's see what this does. This looks new. Yellow triangle airport staff. Okay. Well, once we have PAX in there, then I guess that'll be applicable. Schedule staff overlays. All right. So let's look at this real quick. We have daytime, 24-hour daytime. We don't need a 24-hour daytime. Until you build lights on the runway, you're only going to be flying from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m., which is a little crazy. But okay, we'll roll with it. So let's do this. Let's add another one, and we're going to call this swing shift. Okay. And we can change that. If we click on daytime here, we want rename daytime. Nope. Daytime. Okay, so day shift, swing shift, and then we're going to do one more because I know the next one's going to be overnight. Or you could be graveyard shift, whatever whatever works. Great. I know it's red. That's why I do it. Swing shift. All right. So we're going to say swing shift runs from. All right. So we'll do 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. No, 4 a.m. to noon. Yeah. All right. Oops, goofed up. Click on that. Go over here to the right, and then you drag it over. All right. So 6 a.m. to noon, there's swing shift. Okay. Now we're going to do overnights. Overnight's going to start at 8 p.m. and then we go over to this side and we drag it up and we click and then we drag it over to 4 a.m. All right. So there you go. Now you can break your staffing down into very specific times. I don't know if there's a happiness factor or whatever involved, but sometimes I think there was planned in there. All right, so if we click on day shift and it says day shift here, each component that requires a person for this particular category of employee, so staff, 2 ticket gates, 1 gate agent desk. All right. Now, if we're flying day shift and swing shift, but not overnights, let's click on the overnights and send these people home by right-clicking to turn those off. All right, so those will be manned from 0400 to 8 p.m. Now we'll slide this back eventually. In fact, yeah, let's actually slide this an hour this way, and let's slide this an hour this way. All right. And we'll eventually probably push it back to 10 o'clock too. Or we may add in, you know, an evening shift or something. All right, so there's our staff. So we know during day shift, we have 1 person on each station. Swing shift, 1 person on each. Overnights, 0s. Got it? So let's switch over to security. Okay. Day shift, 1 person on each station. Oh, we don't have the schedule built in yet though. So let's set up the overnight. First airplane is going to come in at 6 a.m. So what we can set this for is about 4:30. We'll set it for 4 a.m. And we know the last plane is going to depart out, so we'll set that for 10 p.m. We don't need swing shift in here, but we'll do it anyway for giggles. There. Okay. All right. So we know we have 6 staff positions, so we need to hire 3 more people. 1, 2, 3. We're not going to do that yet, though, because it's going to cost us a bunch of money. And it's $120 an hour for security. Security. All right, so we're going to hold that steady for now. So overnight shift, we don't want anybody on these stations. So we right-click on the numbers, takes them down to 0. Okay? So you can customize this. So, you know, if you go into evening ops and you just have a couple of flights coming in, you can reduce your staffing costs by shutting down a whole, you know, security line. Just have 1 open or half of them open. You know, you could open 1 early and then, so this schedule here doesn't have to match any other schedule. Like your retail schedule becomes completely different. All right, we don't have any retail workers yet. Janitors, they're basically on, well, they're not on 24/7, but they can be, okay? So we are going to hire a second janitor because we need a second janitor. They're $14 an hour, so they're pretty cheap. All right, we're going to go ahead and set up a swing shift for giggles' sake. And we're going to say 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. for these folks. And then overnights is going to be 10 p.m., 10 p.m., 6 a.m. Okay, so they get 3 8-hour shifts. All right, so for overnights, we're only going to have 1 person. All right, and then days and swings, we'll have 2. Okay, makes sense? Then there's the janitor patrols thing, and that's a little hinky. We'll come back and fart around with that later because I want to get flight ops up and going. All right, so we're going to need to build in a little bit of stuff here for passenger comfort. We're going to objects, we're going to go comfort, and these are my favorite benches to use. So we're going to set this up this way. That puts it a little close to security, so let's do here. And here. And here. And we'll put a 2-piece in the middle. Ah, crap on a stick. Cancel this. Now, all right, so I've already paid for the object, right? This is why you got to have storage. I'm going to cancel the project, and it's going to deliver that object. And see, it says I got 1 in stock. because I've paid for it already. So now I can allocate it. The reason I did that is because I want to put it out here instead. Actually, you know what? No, hang on. Cancel this. I don't want to do this way. All right, so now I got 3 of these in stock. Boop, boop, boop. I want to do them here because I kind of want things to be out of the way for now. I do every 3 group, and I'm going to do facing. Okay, like that. And then we're going to do a couple of garbage bins. That's down, that's left, that's up. Put one here, one here. Okay. Now, to offset those, and I'll show you how that works here in a minute. In fact, so I'm going to wait on that. Let's go to construction. I want to put a wall here. And then that kind of chills this little area a little bit. It's kind of like a lounge. People come in for security, and then they'll go that way or they'll go this way. And yeah, it's a little bit of a tight squeeze, but we won't have a ton of people to start with. Now, one more consideration here to begin with, and that's going to be people are going to be hungry and thirsty. So we're going to go to retail. If you're going to get drink machines, always start with 2. Okay, you don't want people glommed up on 1. All right, and there's a couple of different ways to do this. I'm actually going to look at future expansion here because I know what I'm going to do eventually, and this is a cool way to do it. So let's say we're going to build out into this area here. And so we're just going to put that in there. What we want to do is create a space for passengers to be able to come into and get stuff they need and not be kind of in everybody's way. So we could create a little alcove by just pushing the wall back 1 tile. And then we put the machines in this space. Okay. But then everybody's gathered here and it becomes a cluster. I like the idea of just building a room off. Okay. And you want to put everything in there. You want 2 drink machines, 2 food machines. You want an electronics vending machine. It's up to you if you want to put in a newsstand, and you want to put in an ATM machine, and a couple garbage cans. Okay, so that's quite a few things. All right. Yeah, let's keep it simple. So let's say we do, what do we use garbage cans? This space here. Let's leave some room. So yeah, 2 tiles. And then let's say we're going to build the wall here. All right, so we'll build that out just a little bit. So let's allocate our space. We're going to put a garbage can here. Then we put a plant next to it. And then we can put in a drink machine, food machine, and then electronics vending machine. And we're good. Now we'll come across. Let's put 2 tiles in between. So there's room for people to cluster F up in there. You could do 3, you could do 4, whatever. But you've seen these in airports. It's just like you can have vending machines out in the middle of space, or you can create a little alcove for them. I like the alcove concept. All right. So here we're going to future plan for a newsstand, because if you bring in a newsstand, you've got to hire somebody for the newsstand. That costs more money and labor. All right. So we'll do a food machine, drink machine, plant. In fact, in this case, we're going to put the plant here, drink machine here, food machine here. And you'll see the effect on the environment when I build this in. And then we'll do the garbage bin here, planned wall here. Now, what's this going to cost us? Construction, we need tools, foundation, $20,000, okay? Your vending machines initially are your best way for $3,000–4,000 a day worth of revenue, okay? So $20,000 in foundation. Let's get that done. Let's get that built. Now, Here's a way to speed up your construction, because here we've done planning, right? And we know what we're going to put in here. The trick becomes getting the items onto the property and into your storage area. Okay, so if we go into retail, we know we want 2 drink machines, right? There's 2 drink machines. We just paid for them. All right, now if I click on them, I can cancel. I'm not getting my money back. Cancel. Okay, want 2 food vending machines. Okay, I've ordered them. Cancel. Cancel. Now, why are you doing this, A-Train? Great question. It's, again, so we get it on the property, and then building it will be quicker. Because if I wait until this foundation gets built, it's going to be another couple of hours next delivery truck, and then the guys have to finish the foundation. Meanwhile, the delivery dude will just bring all this crap together. All right, drop it off. It'll be in either in the delivery section or in storage, ready to be built in here. Okay, so that just gets the job done. All right, and we're going to wait on the newsstand. We're going to order some garbage bins. Okay, that'll give us a few in stock, because you never have enough garbage bins. This is ridiculously far away. There, cool. And a couple of plants. All right, so we're going to go objects, decor, and the plants I like are this kind right here. Plant 3. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. All right, that gets that done. Let's roll with it, because we're still in upgrades on the runway up here too. And then as soon as that's done, we're going to pay some more money. We're getting late in the day. We got to get this done. We only have 5 workers though, because I don't want to have to fire them, and because that costs money too. So use 2 days to get things up and going. Use the planning tool to decide what you want to do, and that will help you get things up and going. Now the runway's up. It's ready to go. The taxiway's up. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do another upgrade. Okay. We're going to add runway lights. You're going to align this up on the deal. Boom, like that. Click. All right. That's an expensive chunk. Now, you've got 2 things to upgrade the wind speed, crosswind speed. You got your PAPI, which is your precision approach path indicator. This is a series of 4 lights that go at the ends of the runway. They're red and white. And if the pilot's too high, too low, left or right, based on the glide slope, that will give him a visual indication of where he is. This increases your wind speed from your crosswind from 12 to 15 knots. ILS takes you to 20. Okay. Now, that's 7,000. You got to build 2 of them. Although technically, I think the game only thinks 1 of them is sufficient. Or 20,000 for ILS. We'll just plop in an ILS. Doink. There we go. Cool. All right. That is all we need to build to set up for our first day of flight operations. Okay. See, all this stuff's been delivered now. It's going to get set up. So deliveries is full. So that's the 2-seat. We can sell it. $250. Whatever. Why is this guy standing here? Moisey. Why is he not doing anything? What do we got here? Food vending. Okay, so here's the vending machines. Moisey should be over here building stuff, but Moisey's not doing anything. Moisey's not making me happy. All right, so we've done the windows now. Cool. Now we got everything. Now, see? Everything's been pre-staged. So it's going to go quicker. Oh, shoot. You know what I didn't do? What a doofus. I didn't build the foundation we need. Tools, foundation. No wonder Moisey's not doing anything. Maybe I did tell it to build it. Maybe they just haven't gotten to it yet. Well, there we go. Now, see how everybody just made a run for the border? What did I do with security? Oh, overnight doesn't start to 2200 for them. Gotcha. Okay. Actually, you know what? We're going to actually shorten this. We'll shorten it like that. Okay. And then for for swing shift, yeah, no, that's fine. That'll work. Everyone will be in the secure area by 9 p.m. That's will be about the time the latest flights go out. All right. Okay, garbage cans built. Get the walls built. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Nicholas Huffnagel, hey, hey. Welcome aboard. How are you? All right, 2300. We got to watch the clock, guys. Watch the clock. All right, we're almost there. These guys can build during the daytime, and that's fine. All right, the actual construction is done. So now, we're going to dismantle this. Okay. This will take them like 10 seconds. Boom. Okay, cool. Now, so let's get our objects, and we're going to build our little cove over here. Okay, so that's on the right. That's on the left. There's our garbage cans. Decor. We've got a couple of plants. We're going to put one here. Actually, we're going to hold that at that point so I can show you what difference it makes. Objects, retail, drink vending machines. Okay, that's facing left. So you go. Okay, so it's facing left, facing right. Food vending, facing right. Facing left, and then electronics vending. That's looking at you. So that's down, left, up, right. Boom. Okay, so we got room for one more plant and a news shop, and then we can also put in flooring. We need this one. Cool. All right, so we're 23:53 at the end of day 2. We are now ready to schedule some flights. This is still telling us we need some security people, and that's fine. We'll get security people here in a minute. Once we get past midnight. Actually, once we get a little closer to 4 a.m. Now, commercial pricing. We're going to bump this up to $500 and $20. Always move that up to start with. Flight management. Choose a small runway, because that's what we got. That'll narrow it down what they offer you. Okay. So, WestJet, what you got? Now, here's what we got. We got Dash 8s, which are 50 packs, or 50 packs. We don't want those. 737s we want. 707s we're not going to get because we got to have a bigger runway. Okay. So we have an afternoon 737. We're going to accept that. Now, it's going to pay us this much here. Your contract bonus, $2,300. Now, if you terminate, it's $46. So be smart. If you get tight on your money, excuse me, don't be accepting a whole bunch of little planes just to then turn around and upgrade to a bigger one. You're going to take a hit financially. I think it's better to sit and wait and make sure you get the airplanes you want, okay? Because your ratings will go up very quickly, All right, so you get more passengers, and then the airlines will do more people. All right, so let's go down here to Aerotime. Aerotime will pay us $2,500 per flight. Okay, let's look at Pacific Airlines. $2,600 per flight. Hey, they got a morning A320. I like it. All right. Starflight, $3,100, and they got 2 morning 737s. See how this works? Aerostar, $3,400. They have a morning E195, but they have an afternoon 737. And Atlantic International is $3,700. Okay. Lernyville Air will pay you the most. Well, SparkJet will actually. Aha! So SparkJet's got an afternoon 737. We're going to start there and work our way back. Lernyville Air will pay you a nice chunk of money if you want to do a small airport with a small terminal. Okay? But they only have Beechcraft 1900s and Dash 8s. So it's 19 packs, 50 packs. So you're going to get paid up front, but you're not going to make money in the long term. Okay? So the smarter play is to just go with 737s and A320s. You can take an E195. Let me see what's there. They're 90 passengers, but a 737 is 140. All right, 50 packs difference. So 2 of these are better than 3 of these. Does that make sense? 140 plus 140 is 280. 3 times 9 is 270. You max out the aircraft. 2 737s is better. Okay. A320s are even better. That's 10 more packs than the 737. Okay. So if you can get an A320, that's what you want. All right, so we're going to go from bottom to top. We're skipping Lernyville Air, Atlantic International, contract bonus, $3,700. They have a morning A320. We'll accept that. Then an afternoon A320. We'll accept that. Now, don't get stupid. Don't get crazy. Nice and easy here. Okay. Nighttime, Boeing 737. Oh, you know what? We can actually take that too. All right. Now, let's start dropping these guys into the flight schedule. 6 a.m. A full up 737 or A320 only takes 90 minutes to turn. So you right click and drag to shorten the schedule. Now, if you look at it, arrival 6:00, departure 7:30. Minimum runway length, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So there's that. Now, we're going to set up our Atlantic International flight at noon. And again, go over here where the arrow turns horizontally, left click, hold, drag over, 90 minutes. SparkJet, we're going to give it a 30-minute window in case there's a delay or some kind of issue. You can tighten that up if you want to, play around with it. All right, and there's that. Now, Atlantic International, boom, boom. Good? Cool. Aerostar, $3,400. E195 and an afternoon 737. We'll take the afternoon 737, drop it in the 1600 slot, and we'll shorten. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. There. So we got 30 minutes between flights on the gate. Okay. Starflight has 2 morning 737s at $3,100. We can take that. Now we could. Pacific Airlines is $500 less, has an A320. 10 packs, I'm not going to fret too much about that, okay? So we're going to go ahead and stick with Starflight. That's going to be our other 2 morning flights. So we'll drop this one at 0800, shorten it up to an 0930 departure. And this one will drop here. Nope. There we go. Now, our schedule is almost full. We're going to put one more on at 2000. Union Air has an A320. Wait, what does Starflight have? Oh, they have a 737. Okay, cool. So we're going to take the Starflight. Now we've maximized our contract bonuses. Okay. And we could actually push in one more flight at night. But then it's a trade-off with your labor. Okay. So we've got, what, 8 flights? We could squeeze in a 9th. Should we? Okay. In theory, everyone should be through security by 10 p.m. So then we can have that 6-hour down window for security. We'll take a look at it. Now, Union Air has an A320. We'll accept that. All right, so we're going big here. We're going to fill up the schedule. Cool. Good to go. So we're going to need to check our personnel schedules. Now, the issue becomes, this is where you have to do almost overlapping things. Your gate agents and your ticket agents are on the same schedule because they're staff, right? So if our last flight departs at 2200, we gotta have someone on the gate for this. So let's look at staff. See, we can't do that. So we need to go to our overnight. Actually, we'll go to our swing shift, and we're going to push our swing shift back to 2300. Okay. And then overnight, 000. Swing shift, 111. Day shift, 111. Okay. Let's check security. Security. I expect everyone gets to the airport 2 hours early. So this is where we could do just a little funky and say, because I don't want everyone coming through in the morning. If you do overnight like this, all right. So we're going to create one more category, and we're going to call it flex. Flex time. So flex time, we're actually put in here, here, here. Okay, let's do that. And this will allow us to process people for like that late flight. All right, so we got flex time here, and we could have flex time here as well. Our first plane comes in at 6 o'clock. Once we get up and running with operations, all right, during flex time, actually, this is where we're going to have one. All right, we're going to turn off this one. And then overnight, we have no one. Does that make sense? So we'll put one crew on at 0400. The other crew shows up just shy of 5. Gives an hour to get one plane worth of people through. Okay. And then at night, we start shutting it down early. Because honestly, the people who get to the airport about 3 hours early, they should be through security by 8 o'clock. So actually, we're going to do this. We're going to change flex time to 8 o'clock there. And we'll watch it, see how it works. But this is how you can break your schedule down to be very specific with your staffing needs and help save money in the greater scheme of things. All right, now let's turn off this planning poop. Boom, done. We got flooring coming in. We've upgraded the runway with ILS. Birds have already pooped all over it. We haven't had a single flight land, and now the runway already looks like crap. That's goofy. What else could we do? We could do some research. Let's go ahead and move forward. Now, I mean, we have the money at this point. We could put in another gate. But, this is a big but. Then you got to increase your passenger throughput, which means we have to add probably another security checkpoint, another ticketing. Okay, I just want to get us through day 0, day 1 of the airport operations, and then we'll look at those options. Okay, so this will come up quickly. That will satisfy our grant. Okay, 10 litter bins. We still got to put in a couple more, and we need a couple more on top of what we got. We know we've got them on site. Let's put objects, comfort, garbage bin. We're going to put them by the doors. There. That'll be 10. 1 for each bathroom. 2 here, 2 here. 1. There's 10. Boom. See? Done. So pack satisfaction 67 or 60% will be good to go. Now, we have researched. No, that's our research. We have Research finance, which means we can hire a CFO, which means we can unlock a VP of finance. Okay. This is all well and good. And so what we're going to do is start creating office space over here. Remember, this is our no-go zone. And again, if you want to know where that is, use your planning tool. And 10 tiles away from a taxiway or runway is a no-go zone. So we know we can build where we've got that magenta. Okay, so that can be our wall. Like that. Okay, so we're going to do, like, our first office is going to go here. And we'll set that up like that. So what we need is we'll need a hallway here, at least to this point. Okay, we'll do just a minimal cost here for this to get started on office space. Because I could set fire to the building. So there, we spent $23,000 on foundation. Once that gets built, we'll go ahead and get a ops. We need a staff door here, and then we need a regular door. Plop that in. Wait for it. Garbage bin. Wait for it. Decor. Where is it? Well, poo. Oh, you know what? We need to order up an ATM too. All right, so let's cancel this. Cancel this. And again, we've already paid for them. They're just going to get delivered. They'll be on site waiting for us. We need a door. Objects. Ops. That's what we need right there. Oh, I think I already ordered a door. That'll just give us an extra one. Well, I can just scroll down here and go to office desk. There's what we're looking for. Boom, and office chair. Boom. Now let's left click cancel, left click cancel. That'll get them on site. Go. All right, now we're rolling into our first day of flight operations. We're going to do one more thing here. This will be just a passenger comfort thing. I'm going to do some decor. I like this this big decorative plant deal. Okay. And what we'll do is set up two of them. And in comfort, I'll put some benches here, 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 here. Cool. Now, the reason we do that is passengers, oh, I should have done this a tile further to the right. Okay, hang on. Let me cancel all this because I goobered it up. This is what happens when you don't use the planning tool. Okay, now let's try this again. One, two. Yeah, that's better. Okay, cool. That just gives us a little more space. I'm all about space. People glom too much crap in their airports, and it annoys me. Okay, and then we can actually put another couple benches down there. Cool. All right. So we ordered up an ATM machine. I am going to put the ATM machine in here because I forgot about it. And it's going to go there. Boom. Sweet. Okay. ATM machine will make you several $100s a day. This has cancel. All right. Let's fix this. Before the master idiot alert goes off. And there's the master idiot alert. Passengers will start showing up here in a minute. Okay. That's why you put benches out here, because you don't let them through security until you're ready to. And that way, when you put those benches in, they have a place to put their butts and sit and chill. Here they come. So these folks are using the automated systems, which is great. And then they're dinking around. Okay, whatever. Good, we're going to get a door on that restroom. And then as soon as the staff shows up, people will line up in the lines. And all right, cool. Now up here, let's finish up this office so we can get our person in here. So here, we go to our objects, ops, door. We got one in stock, perfect. Rotate it, drop it there. Now, I want the office desk. We're going to put that here. And we're just going to keep it simple and do the office chair. Right there. And then we'll do the garbage bin. Right there. You don't have to do a garbage bin in the office. All you need is a desk and a chair. And then you zone it as an office. Okay, simple. So that stuff will get run in there real quick. See, they grabbed it. Boom. Everything was on site. And that's how quick the building gets done. So if you've got a project you need to get done quickly, it's time sensitive. Make sure you do what I was showing you. Kind of plop whatever objects you need down somewhere. Cancel them. That orders them. They'll get delivered. They'll be on site. And boom. In and done, ready to go. Construction, let's go to floors. I like this floor. Boom, boom. Okay, so we'll slap some flooring in there. Now we're going to zone this for an office. Okay, one more thing we're going to do. Put a window along that side there. And now we need 3 more security. 1, 2, 3. Hire. We need manage admin, CFO, hire. And those guys get expensive, so don't hire them until you need them. Now our first packs are in. Okay, and you see we're already getting money on the machine. Okay. That couple of tiles in between, see how crowded it's getting already? Ah, crap. What's going on here, people? Hold up, hold up. What the hell? Why are you all bum rushing? Huh. Oh, you know what? I know what's going on. Okay, that's all right. It's fine. All right, so here's our first arrivals. Hooray and huzzah. Here's the golf carts delivering all the baggage and dumping it off. Everyone's blasting through security, warp speed. And there goes our first departure. Goodbye. Zoom, just like that. All right, cool. That's how you get the airport up and running. Day 3, rocking and rolling. Okay, and we still have $145,000. Okay, now that we've placed all our, and we're up to 56% here. This, and it's going up quick, right? You can see all kinds of information. Total passengers 102.10 first class. Departures 102.10 first class. Shows your transit capacity, whatever. Then your satisfaction. You got 1's frustrated, 3 unsatisfied with hunger. Go to the vending machine. And so 11 packs unsatisfied with information. All right. So how do we address that? Let's go over here and use our heat map. So this is the information overlay. Over here, you see we put flight info displays, and they create this little bubble of blue around them, right? So let's do this. Let's put one over at the gate. We'll use ops, okay? And we're going to put one right here, like that. And we're going to put one right here, like this. Okay? So what that does is now they will be bathing in that. So let's go back and look. See how it says 11 packs very unsatisfied? Watch what happens when these get built. Of course, most of these packs will be gone by then because they've boarded the aircraft. But there's people waiting for the follow-on flight. Okay? Now, see that? See that? Oh, look. Nobody's unsatisfied with information. So the good way to do this is, let's look at the environmental overlay real quick. Anywhere your windows, see the windows create green, garbage cans create pink. Okay? Plants create green. All right? So that's how you work this. So if we see, we have this little pink zone right here, but we've got this big green zone here. All right? See how the windows making CFO office cool? All right, that's how it works. All right, so this area we have pink, but we also have green because we have a plant in there. We could put windows in and make it even better. Okay, so that's how you work that side of the environmental overlay. PA speakers increase your information, but you have to build a separate room for them. You have to do some research. You have to do a bunch of willy foo-foo stuff. Don't deal with PA stuff to begin with, okay? PA stud resistance. All right. So what do we want to do? Let's look at information is what we're looking at, all right? Information heat map. People spend time in ticketing. People spend time in line at security. People spend time in line at vending. And people spend time in line sitting, and they spend time in line at the gate. So those are the places you want to put your flight info displays, okay? That will help increase your passenger satisfaction in regards to information. We could do a kiosk, and see it's kind of limited, and it's kind of cool that they shaped it. We would put it like here, all right? Then people pass through that bubble, and it helps raise that number for them. Flight info display, though, is huge, okay? This is kind of cool. You could put one like, I don't have the room for it because this is one tile here. This is a good place to put one, though. On the back side of your security, look how big the influence is, okay? Like over here, we could just put a big one over here. And see, it covers half the terminal, right? And I mean, just look how huge it is. So we'll actually put one right here. They're not cheap. What was it costing? Like $2,000, I think. $34.50. All right, but they do good things for you. All right, so go. Let's turn that off. We're going to 60% here, and I told you this would happen day one. We're already up to 47% in airline interest from 40%. Here's our flight coming in, and then you can mouse over the flight. Let's do this. Mouse over the flight. It tells you the schedule, arrival, departure time, kind of aircraft it is, what gate. And it shows the status. They're deplaning and cleaning. They're unloading bags. Then they'll do baggage loading. Then they'll boarding. It's a 737. That's 140 packs. 72 are booked on this flight. Okay? So, and then it says, 51 packs in line, 6 packs en route. That means others are somewhere farting around, but they'll get on board. That's one thing they've worked on over the years with the AI is to make sure, hey, look, quit farting around and missing flights just because you're an idiot. All right, don't do that. Go catch your flight. And there it goes. Zoom, zoom. All right, $500 for runway usage, and we're good to go. Now, CFO is in his office. Let's get some research going here. We can research VP of Finance, which is like another, and it only takes 8 hours, so it'll be done today. And then we can do operations as well. And I think it does them concurrently. Yeah, see, they're both cooking, so that's good. And this just allows you to unlock stuff and get the government grant things. All right, let's take a look at this flight. This is an A320. It's 150 packs, and there's only 60 going on board. So as your airport gets better, then your passenger interest, your airline interest, the flights will get more and more full. Okay? It'll happen. You got to give it a few days. So, there's a few more things we can do here, but I don't want to do a whole lot more with this episode, simply because I didn't want to make these go like hours and hours and hours. You've seen me do this before. If you're new to the channel, hey, welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you, coming by, checking it out. What more can we do to increase our revenue? We're still in day one. Look here, $245 there, $560 there, $428 there. There's, between these two, that's $1,000. There's $1,250, $760. All right, we've just gone over $2,000, $2,500, $3,000 of revenue right here in this space. Okay, so not one, but two drink machines, vending machines, two food vending machines, an electronics vending machine, and an ATM. You don't have to mess with the prices. Just let them go with what they got. You'll make money. Okay, that's a nice chunk of change to help get things going. Now, one other thing that's a freebie next to a freebie, pretty close, is digital ad display. Okay, this has like a sphere of influence, and so this would be a good place to put it because every passenger going through the airport has to go buy it. Right here might be a good place to put one, and they don't rotate or anything. And they also, at least initially, I guess, you could put like your own little images on there or whatever. So, whatever. This would be a good place for one. Here's not a bad place. It kind of chokes off the space here a little bit. This isn't bad, but this right here is probably the ideal place. And then it's another few $100s a day. Plus, when you go through one of the grant things, that's a deal on it. Okay, so passenger experience track, we've accomplished tier 1. Hooray and huzzah! We've got 62%, and we're climbing. It's going to be up to 80 or so here pretty quick. So now, satisfying hunger, build a functional kitchen and cafe. Yeah, no. Satisfaction of 75% will happen today. It will get there. But we're not building a kitchen and cafe. That's stupid. It's a waste of money. So go check out something else. Investments. Research finance. Hey, look, we've already done that. Accept a loan. Well, okay. We've got a CFO. We could do that. Let's see here. That's reps for your airlines, airline efficiencies, research technology, electrical zone, PA speaker. Okay. You get $10,000 and then $15,000 awards. So that's $25,000. All right. So let's see what that's going to cost us, though. Research technology is $9,000 of that. Okay. So now we're down to $16,000. Then there's hiring the dude or the dudette. CTO. It's not going to tell us how much they are. This one was like $4,500 to hire, or was it like $12,000? I don't remember. So there's going to be most of that money sucked away. And then you've got to build an office, which is going to be additional money for the foundation unless you tuck them into a closet somewhere. I mean, in theory, you could put them like down here, right? And then other builds, I've actually built a separate building like down here and just put the offices here. So you can do it however you want, but that's one. Let's go to maximizing profits. All right, research and hire a CFO, which we have positive net profit at the end of the day, excluding grants income. Okay. Well, this is $7,500. $500 of it up front. We've already paid for them. And then that unlocks the second thing, which is a finance VP, which we're researching. Lower income tax 1, which is good, pay off any loans. So if we take a loan out, which I think is part of investments, okay. So we take that, right? Now we need to accept a loan. So we'll go down here to the Kinko wa Kimashita ne, to the bank, and we're just going to take like a $500,000 loan. What this will do, although we kind of have the money to do it already, is this will give us the money to build a second gate, expand the terminal space, because at that point you've got to have basically all of this duplicated over here. Our restrooms, we can fully finish them out, although the men's room really is pretty much done. The women's room, we just need a couple more toilets. We can add additional ticketing. We'll move this stuff down a little bit and add another security checkpoint. And then we'll look to build in like an arcade and then put in like a coffee shop, coffee kiosk, stuff like that. And that way we can double our flight. Oh, and we got to build a air traffic control tower, because we're already at, how many flights are we at? 8? 9? 9. So we can get to 10, and then we have to build an ATC tower, right? But that's when you start pulling in the money, okay? You got to spend money to make money, and we'll go from there. So let's finish out the day and see how things are looking. But you can see things are moving very smooth over here. Packs are processing through. Now, one thing that's annoying here, and it will be less annoying later, is when people start glomming up like they did earlier, is when you can start, you have to do the research, not that, the research for technology, and then advanced security, because then you can say, okay, this ID stand is assigned to this line, so this line to this ID stand, to this bag scanner, and this metal detector. And then it meters the throughput of passengers to something that's a little more rational and logical. So that's a good way to play that out. I do like the new paint schemes on the airplanes. Those are pretty cool. All right. Now we're starting to get into the evening here. All right, Talk Show T, welcome aboard. Appreciate you subscribing. One of our security checkpoints should check out here in a moment. We're going to go into flex time as we get past 8 o'clock, I think. Yeah, see, they just checked out. But now, basically, there's just a few people left to come in for the final flight. That's, 10 o'clock. And they don't all arrive at once. So you've got the time. Yeah, see now, these are our last passengers coming in. Really, we could put flex time in for the staff too and just have one staff over here. And then basically the other one could check out. This is the final plane leaving. These folks could be gone by now. All right, there we go. Sweet. So there's our first day's work. Okay, cool. Now, we've got the money too, but we're not going to build out yet for the next day. We're going to wrap up this episode here in a minute, but let's look at some of the money we've brought in. Is this? There's some of it indicated. Let's see. Here's our P&L for the day. All right. So take out the $500,000 from the bank. That leaves $55,000. Okay. Now, then let's also take out, say, the research. What it cost us the money was $34,000 for staff. Transportation, which is stupid. They shouldn't be charging us for transportation. Infrastructure, I guess. Materials, whatever. Okay. So it's saying we made 400. We didn't make money today, But I also think with our terminal fees, because the number of passengers is going to go up, because now this is up to 75%, and this is up to 47, which means we're going to get offered more flights. We're going to be turning a profit, and then things will be rolling along pretty nicely. So does anybody who's on board the chat have any questions about how things are looking so far? This is SimAirport. I mean, I'm I've been a big supporter of the game. I've got 930 plus hours in this game, so I've had it for a while and I've played it a little bit. As you notice, I might know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or two. Had some suggestions adopted along the way, which is fantastic. I see some little sprite stuff that's goofy right there, and there. But you know, it's a fun game. Doesn't cost a whole lot, and we can do a lot more than we're doing. There's a lot more to it that we can do, just with this basic career airport. Okay. We're going to look to add the second gate, which if we look at zoning, planning, we'll do taxiway. Second gate will go right here. Okay. And then the door for the second gate will go, let's see, 1, 2, right there. So we'll need to push out this wall, probably, like there-ish. And that's if we want to accommodate seats along the windows like that. So we can do that. And then we'll put in a desk like that. Queue lines will take up kind of most of this space here. It seems weird. Oh, I went a little big with that. That's okay. Queue lines will take up kind of about that much space or so. All right. And then we've got plenty of restroom facilities. We can add more toilet stalls in. That's all easy. And if we needed to, okay, we could always take out all this stuff, wall this off, take out these walls, and expand this all the way over here, and then just move these smaller restrooms down here somewhere, or up here, put one down here, one up here, whatever you want to do. We've got options, okay? Lots of options. Additionally, there are some things that make your quality of life better for the airport. Eventually, you'll get to where you add like a second road, but what you want is a service road that goes through the secure gate and loops around, and it gives you your deliveries, and then your storage is up here somewhere, but you do your deliveries and garbage, and then eventually your fuel along that road. Okay, that gets those vehicles off this road, so it allows for smoother throughput of passenger vehicles. So we can add another gate. We can add an air traffic control tower. Okay, we can double our flight capacity. So we've got 9 flights now. We'll be able to push that up to 18, which will be getting busy. And then with this basic design, so we'll expand security down this way. We'll move baggage claim down this way a little bit more. We can still serve it with the golf carts, but about that time, we'll start considering a baggage system, and we'll go through the building of a baggage system. Also, we could look at adding medium gates. We need to lengthen the runway to 150 tiles to get the bigger airplanes in. But you don't have to have that for medium gates. What medium gates do is allow you to, like in this case here, where we have this terminal space. Let's look at planning. This is 10 by 10. Okay, there's 20. So what we could do is add additional terminal here, like this. Okay, and then we'd have to buy additional land down here. So, I mean, I guess we could add terminal this way, but it would be It'd only give us room for either an extra large gate or just a large gate. But the large gates are served off the second floor. And if you've watched previous videos, you know there's an easy way to do that where you just do some stairs and then boom, there's a connection. And you've got just a limited amount of stuff. So it allows you to bring in bigger airplanes without building just a ton of second floor. Because again, foundation and second floor is expensive. Okay. You just put in stairs, a little bit of second floor, like a landing, and then boom, that's where your door is from the gate, and you're good to go. Okay. But what this would do here is in expanding the terminal to this size, and you could put if you add this space in down here, put in a taxiway, put in 2 larger gates, and then you have to, of course, upgrade your passenger throughput with security and ticketing. Is you've stacked the terminal, so you still minimize the footprint. These gates are only going to need this much space. Now you'll shift some of this around to allow like escalators to get up and down from the second floor and stairways. But space down here, which would otherwise be kind of vacant, you could put in like kitchens to serve your cafes on first floor, second floor. And then you can put in first class lounges, because with bigger planes have bigger first class, stuff and all that. So that's some of the things you can look forward to if you haven't seen my videos before, where we go through the process of stacking the terminal to accommodate adjacent small gates, medium gates, and getting people to go vertically, and you don't increase your footprint a whole lot. So it gives you a lot of building options. All right, cool. Another thing we'll look to do going forward, probably build sidewalk stuff out here for our passengers and things like that. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Welcome back to SimAirport, our 2022 look at the game, and still fun. Not everything I'd like to have seen by now, but it's still fun. Hope you enjoy it. You'll find it on Steam. Torge, hey, happy day for you, sir. Welcome aboard. Although we're signing off, you'll be able to watch the video, and we hopefully kept it from being too terribly long. Geez, how long have we been on? Oh, we're just shy of 2 hours. Good. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it, and you can like, share, and subscribe. Help support the channel. That'd be fantastic. Follow us on Discord at A-Train Space Games. Your donations are greatly appreciated and accepted at paypal.me/atraingames. And make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Let your friends know about the channel. Let them know about SimAirport, now available on Steam. And turn on that bell icon, ring-a-ding-a-ding, so that you know when we go live or upload video. And we appreciate you being on board today. Hope everyone has a great day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are on planet Earth or beyond. I'm A-Train. It's over. And I'm out.